Hi there, I'm Pasha Bayramoğlu from Istanbul, Turkey. I am a PhD student in Translation Studies, and this is the finalized, ready-to-use version of CCMI, which is Customized Consecutive Machine Interpreting. So you can use CCMI in any type of consecutive interpreting, and this is the tutorial video of CCMI. So let's start. Well, this is the opening screen of CCMI. You can see types of consecutive interpreting here. We can call them basically as sessions. And each session has their own descriptions, has their own images. So let me explain those sessions that what they are mean basically. One way, as you can see, we have a single speaker addressing an audience, but there's no interaction between the speaker and the audience. So we have just a language A to language B translation. And in two-party, we have both language A to language B and language B to language A translation, but there is no additional audience. So this is ideal for business meetings or negotiations or one-to-one calls maybe. And also we have two-party plus audience. So this is the with audience version of two-party actually. You can think that language A to language B, also language B to language A translation with third-party interaction. So this can be used for panels, press Q&As, and similar type of situations. But before that, of course, we will fill some basics. As you can see here, input and output devices selected by according to your default devices in your system, and you can, if you want, change from here, depends on you. And source language box, target language box, swap language box, you can swap them as you can see from control plus enter button here. And GPT model, this is also an editable text box. By default it is GPT 4.1, but you can type any model you want. But I do not recommend GPT 5 at this point because it is not that efficient in language-based tasks. And from here you will enter your OpenAI API key, and as I wrote down here, it is stored in memory only, so when you quit CCMI it is deleted. And if you don't know how to get an OpenAI API key, just click this button and get yours. So let me paste mine. See screen now. Let's analyze each session's customization parts, starting with one way. See, there are lots of boxes to be filled, but do not worry, you do not have to write anything from scratch. Just hit record brief button and talk about a little bit on your session, and you will see that these boxes will be filled automatically, but of course you can edit them afterwards, or you can choose not to use the record brief button. You can just write looking from these boxes. So in this screen, customization includes, see, we are in one way session, and you can change your session anytime you want by clicking here. In one-way session, since we have just one speaker, we have one purpose, information on source speaker, tone of source speaker, expectations of source speaker, and additional notes or limitations on session. And also you can set your text-to-speech voice model from here, depends on, again, your session. You can choose any type of you want, and you can hear it before starting the translation process. For example, let's try deep and rich and click here button to listen the voice.
Translate the purpose, not the words.
Translate the purpose, not the words. By the way, that's one of the slogans of CCMI. Since it's deep and rich, we have a heavy UK accent, but of course we have like standard voice models like this one.
Translate the purpose, not the words.
Or this one is also different from the others.
Translate the purpose, not the words.
See, there are lots of voice models here. It's up to you actually. So this is one way, and this is two-party, which as you can see involves translation both language A to B and B to A translation. So we have both source speaker customization area and target speaker customization area, and of course we have different voice models according to each speaker. And of course we have record brief button to make the process easier. And the third session, two-party with audience, we have also the audience customization part, as we will remember from the one way. So I think you get the logic of this session customization part here. And also, of course, we have term list, which is a must-to-have feature of any customization tool. So in CCMI, we can both import our term list or create or edit the term list here, and this will directly affect translation, and you can change the term list or change the customization properties anytime you want during the translation. And in this part you can see both transcriptions and translations in a table live, and after your session ends you can export this file as XLSX and review anytime you want. Okay, so do you want to see CCMI in live action? Let's try it. I have a case study in my mind actually, and I have some dialogues, and I'll be pretend as both parties for transcriptions. And let's think a two-party case study, which will be, as you can think, like a one-to-one phone call maybe, or one-to-one face-to-face business meeting. It suits both of the situations. And this will be our source speaker is Turkish, our target speaker speaks English. By the way, CCMI supports all languages that GPT does, so don't worry. Okay, let's record our brief by clicking the record brief button. I connected my API key previously. Let's start. Our source speaker is Turkish. Our target speaker is English. This is a two-party working call. The purpose is the instruction flow for the ongoing construction. This is a construction company. And our source speaker is the Turkey manager of that company. And that Turkish manager may include non-essential side talk, so we passed through only instruction relevant content to the target speaker. Like maybe source speaker talks too much irrelevant things on the situation. And our target speaker is the headquarter manager, the central manager of that company, and speaks English, and they want short, actionable updates and clear decisions on a daily basis. And we aim to confirm approvals, dates, deliverables, like one of most important things in a business meeting, and responsibilities, checkpoints. Of course, keep numbers and times exactly, and of course keep a professional tone and be firm. So let's start. Now we are waiting. As you can see the time and the stage here, and yeah, that's the speed of CCMI while creating briefs. So let's look at the briefs now. Turkey manager, headquarters manager. You can edit them anytime you want, by the way. This is an editable text box, as you can see. So I'm checking it. And well, maybe we can add an exact rule here that do not include source speaker's side talk to the translation, so we can analyze the customization is effective in CCMI or not. We will see. Do not include source speaker's side talk to the translation. And of course, you can use this as a censorship device depending on your unique session. And let me also tell you that the possibilities of customization with CCMI, as you can see, we have 3 main consecutive interpreting types. So customization possibilities are infinite. So it's up to you. Okay, we filled our setup boxes with automatic record brief button, and let's upload our term list. I have a former term list for this case study, so let me import that file. It has 10 terms, as you can see, and you can edit these terms anytime you want. And of course, if you want to add an 11th term, it's up to you. So I think we are ready to start the consecutive interpreting, and let's start. I will voice over both for this Turkish source speaker and English target speaker. Günaydın. Şimdi şöyle, sahada işler tıkırında %70'lerdeyiz. Koz yatağı tarafı sabah yine kilitti bu arada. Sabah 8'de yol çalışması mı olur? 2 dakikalık yol yarım saat sürdü. Neyse, konuya geleyim. Kazı ve temel için bugün geçici onay istiyoruz. Çizimlerin güncel hali çarşamba geliyor diyorlar. O güne kadar sahayı bekletmeden akışı sürdürmek istiyorum. Kalite planını toparlıyoruz. Metraj listesini de aynı dosyada çarşamba akşamına gönderebilirim. Yani öyle planladık. Okay, let's see how fast CCMI is on a customized translation. It's translating now, as you can see, and you will hear the translation just a little bit.
We're at about 70% progress on site. Today we request temporary approval for excavation and foundations. Updated drawings are expected Wednesday. I want to keep workflow on site until then. We're finalizing the quality plan. I can send the quantity list in the same file by Wednesday evening. That's the plan.
See, that's the speed of CCMI, and one of the important part of customization is when I look at the translation, I see in source text or source speaker's content, he is mentioning morning traffic at some region in Istanbul, and he's saying like why they are on a road work at 8 a.m. The content is kind of like this, and you not seeing that content on the translation, right? So this ensures the customization parts limitation box here, as you can see. Also, the translation of site, which is the area of construction, has some multiple translations. If you machine translated the term site in your own language, it's not 100% certain that the machine translation will always give site to the relevant language translation. So it may be site, may be field. Since we fixed the translation here, so site and Turkish saha, we ensure the terminology here. Okay, so let's try English to Turkish. Since we perform an English to Turkish translation, when you are using CCMI, do not forget to hit the language switch button or just hit the Ctrl plus Enter button on your keyboard. This is the shortcut. See, it's swapped, or you can press here, or again, now we'll make an English-Turkish translation. Okay, let's continue. By the way, the reason of that is when it's English to Turkish, the customization info of target speaker is prioritized. So that's the reason. You can see all these details on the GitHub page of CCMI, by the way. Okay. Alright, understood. Temporary go ahead for the excavation and foundations today. Keep moving until the updated drawings arrive on Wednesday, and send the quality plan and the quantity list by Wednesday evening. Keep it tight and clear. Let's see. It's translating now. You'll hear just a second.
Bugün için kazı ve temel işlerine geçici onay verildi. Güncellenmiş çizimler çarşamba günü gelene kadar saha çalışmalarına devam edin. Kalite planı ve metraj listesi çarşamba akşamına kadar gönderilecek. Süreci net ve sıkı tutun.
So this is a short example of me using CCMI, and of course me showing each features of CCMI as well. So let's say that you finish the session of your consecutive interpreting session, and you want this both source transcriptions and translations as well as a file. Just hit export button and let's say export as well. And if you open that file, see, it's here, and you can make it colored as according to your wish, like this. And see, that's the whole point of CCMI, by the way. I hope you like CCMI, and I want to hear your thoughts on CCMI. See you on updates.